Hello, I'm Aiden, and today I'm going to be just sort of, I guess, doing a lesson on rounding. And so I have like three things, or like three, parts of the lesson. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to review how to round whole numbers with and without a vertical number line. And then we're going to estimate a sum by rounding. And I'll explain what that means a little bit later. And then we're going to do a word problem at the end. So yeah, let's get started. And yeah, okay. So pretty much how this is going to work for the whole lesson is I'm going to give you this problem, this question, and then I'll ask you to do it by yourself. You can pause the video and try to work on it yourself. And then the next slide will be the answer and me explaining it. So the first question is 389,299 rounded to the nearest 10,000 is blank. And for this question, I want you guys to use a vertical number line. So yeah, feel free to pause the video and do the problem. Okay, and if you guys have already done the problem, I'm going to be explaining the answer. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so, and excuse my usage of the slides. I know it's not the most technologically advanced, but you'll have to bear with me. So how I did this with the vertical number line is I created the number line, and since we know that we're rounding to the nearest 10,000, I knew that 389,299 was in between 390,000 and 380,000, right? And so I constructed a vertical number line. The top was 390,000, the bottom was 380,000, and then I put a halfway point of 385,000. And I knew that if the number was above that halfway point, then I would round it to 390,000. And if it was below that point, then I would round it to 380,000. And for this problem, 389,299 is bigger than 385,000, so we're going to be rounding it to 390,000. All right, I hope that helped my explanation of the answer, and now we're going to be going on to the next one. So for this problem, it's very similar, except this time I don't want you guys to use a vertical number line. So 274,506 rounded to the nearest 10,000 is. And when I say without a vertical number line, I want you guys to write down in words how you got to your answer, and as opposed to using the vertical number line like last problem. So feel free to pause and do the problem. All right, and here was my explanation. I said that I know that there are 27 10,000s and 274,506. That means that it comes in between 280,000 and 270,000. And I knew that 275,000 is the halfway point. And so then I know that 274,506 is less than 275,000. And that means that it's closer to 270,000. And so that's my final answer. So you can see that even when you're not using a vertical number line, when you're explaining your answer out, you're still using the same sort of concepts from the vertical number line, where you get, you find you find 280,000 and 270,000. You would do the same thing if you were using a number line, and then you find the halfway point. The only difference is that you're putting it in words, and you're explaining your answer out more. All right, on to the next problem. Okay, so for this is a bit different. I want you guys to estimate each number to the nearest 10,000 and find the sum. So for this problem, it's 505,341 plus 193,841. So what I want you guys to do is estimate each number that I've written down to the nearest 10,000, and then add those two numbers together. And find the sum. And feel free to use a vertical number line or not. There's no, it doesn't matter if you use one or not. All right, so I'll feel free to pause and do it. All right. right. And for the answer, so how I did is I did two vertical number lines. I like using them personally. I like to I'm a very visual person. So for the first number, 505,341, I put my extremes, 510,000 and then 500,000. And then I created my halfway point of 505,000. And I knew that 505,341 is a little bit bigger than 505,000, just a little bit, but it is. So that means that I would round it to 510,000. And then for 193,841, I did pretty much the same thing, 200,000 and then 190,000. And then I created the halfway point of 195,000. And I saw that 193,841 was slightly less than 195,000. So then I rounded it down to 190,000. And then to finish it off, I just added 510,000 and 190,000 together, and I got 700,000. So I hope that helped. Okay, on to the next one. So the next one is the exact same thing you did before, just two different numbers. Excuse my handwriting. I know it's not the best, so I'll read it out. It's 247,382 and 319,217. So yeah, the same thing that you did last time, just another example. So feel free to do the problem and pause the video. All right, so for my answer, my head out the way. So for 247,382, I did the two numbers that I got, that I knew 247,382 was in the middle of was 250,000 and 240,000. Made my halfway point, and I knew that 247,382 was slightly bigger than 245,000. So then I rounded it up. And then the same thing for 319,217. Saw that it was bigger than 315,000, and I rounded it up to 320,000. And then obviously to finish, 250,000 plus 320,000 equals 570,000. So there you go. I hope that helped. And now for our last problem is a word problem. And I'm sure that some of you might be able to relate to this one. So I'll read it out. It goes, John loves to play video games. One weekend, he decided to keep track of how much time he spent playing video games. On Saturday, he played for 3 hours and 24 minutes. On Sunday, he played for 2 hours and 37 minutes. How much time did John spend playing video games? Round to the nearest 10 minutes. And for this problem, I didn't really make it very clear, and that's my fault. But I want you guys to do the same thing that you did for the previous two problems. So round each number, or round each number to the nearest 10 minute. So as opposed to rounding it at the end. So I'll make it a little bit more clear when in my explanation if you're a little bit confused. So pause and feel free to do the problem. All right. And my answer, my solution, again, you'll have to forgive me. This is pretty bad PowerPoint work, but it's the best I could do. So I divided it up. So I knew that he played on Saturday and Sunday. So on Saturday, I knew that 3 hours and 24 minutes was in between 3 hours and 30 minutes and 3 hours and 20 minutes. So the same thing, it's just with, time values as opposed to just, numbers. And the halfway point is 3 hours and 25 minutes. I knew that 3 hours and 24 minutes was less than that. And so I rounded it to 3 hours and 20 minutes. And then for Sunday, it's the same thing. 2 hours, I knew that 2 hours and 24 minutes was, or 2 hours and 37 minutes, was in between 2 hours and 40 minutes and 2 hours and 30 minutes. The halfway point being 2 hours and 35 minutes. And I knew that was bigger than the halfway point, so I rounded up to 2 hours and 40 minutes. And then on the bottom, to add them together, don't get too, get too confused. It's pretty much the same thing as just adding two numbers together. 3 hours and 20 minutes plus 2 hours and 40 minutes. We know that 60 minutes is just 1 hour, right? So what I did is I added the 3 hours and the 2 hours together first to get 5 hours. And then 20 minutes and 40 minutes just make 60 minutes. So you have 5 hours plus 60 minutes, which is just 6 hours because 60 minutes obviously equals 1 hour. So yeah, for my answer, I got 6 hours. And that concludes my brief lesson on rounding. I hope this sort of helped. If you were stuck at all, or you were a little bit confused with the concepts. So yeah, thank you.